swinging in, and it's a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, highlights from state tennis and track and field, plus section baseball and more.
Also a closer look at the state tournament-bound Maple Grove girls lacrosse team in our Sports Jam Spotlight. Let's start with state softball. The Maple Grove Crimson have been close to winning it all before, with runner-up finishes in 2006, 2012, and 2014. Behind an Ava Dueck no-hitter, the Crimson won their state quarterfinal round game last Thursday, then defeated Eastridge in the semifinals. That put Maple Grove in the Class 4A championship game against Stillwater area. Highlights from this one: Ava Dueck with a solo home run to right. Her team grabs a 1-0 lead in the first. Bottom of the fifth, same score. Jade Tomaszek up, and she comes through with a big hit to score Corinne Palinch and Dorothy Dueck for a 3-0 Crimson lead. The Ponies rally with 2 runs in the 7th, with the line drive here goes off Dueck and right to Tomaszek. She tags out the runner to end the game and give Maple Grove its first ever state title in softball.
This is our 4th time in the state championship. The last 3 times we came up short. And, you know, really just the overall excitement. It's almost like getting that weight lifted off of you. You know, we had that opportunity 3 other times, and we had chances in those other ones to win. Didn't happen, and tonight we closed the door.
It means so much to Coltis, especially because he's had so many good players in his program, like Sydney Smith and all of these amazing players, and we just haven't been able to pull it together. And I think this year we really had all the tools that we needed. We had that family atmosphere from day one, growing up together, and just having that trust and that confidence.
It's pretty amazing. These coaches, they're great. Coltis is so dedicated. He's the first one at the field and the last one to leave, and I'm so excited that we could do this for him.
Congratulations, that team. Those girls worked so hard, and that coaching staff put in a lot of work, and congratulations. They were rocking the Caswell there for a couple of days in North Mankato.
Yeah, that's right, especially after coming close before, and obviously that was mostly before the current players were around. But coaching staff, and they mentioned Jim Coltis, how much work he's put in, but what a great staff he has too, with Pam Hennon, who's been with him for so long, Amber Hegland, Kurt Moss, Joe Head. I mean, they've really worked hard and built that into a great program. So congratulations to the Crimson. Now to the state track and field meet, where local teams and athletes showed up very well on the medal stand. Day 2 of the AA meet at Hamlin. The boys 4x800, the Wayzata team of Andrew Brandt, Zach Miller, Cameron Arkestein, and Patrick Leonard win with a time of 7:50.59. The girls' 100 hurdles, a great battle between Edina's Evelyn Adams in green and Osseo's Kelsey Seelock in orange. Adams wins by 3/100ths of a second. The boys' 100-meter dash is also close. Alexandra's Drew Olson beats out Maple Grove's Evan Hull. Hull was 4th in the 200 meters. The boys' 4x200 relay, Hopkins Jalen champion Wyatt Lubarski, Sam Learvig, and Joe Fonbala run 1:25.58, breaking the state record they'd set the day before in the prelims. To field events, and this is Mara Braun of Wayzata in the triple jump with her best of 37 feet 1/2 inch. Braun places 3rd. Jacob Ekwe of Hopkins in the boys' discus throw places 2nd. His best is 1:76.5, and he helps the Royals score some crucial team points. For the boys' long jump, and Edmund Ocancia of Champlin Park comes in with the best distance. He jumps 22.1 1/4 here and places 6th. The long jump winner, Dante White of Wayzata. His best leap is 22 feet 5 inches to take the title. Back to the track, and the boys' 1600. 2 future Gophers do battle as Hopkins' Eli Haft and Mountain View's Austin Strider shoulder to shoulder. Haft pulls away and wins with a time of 4:12.67. The girls' 200 is a win for North St. Paul's Shalisha Jones, but a nice showing by Park Center freshman LaBenra Ben as she takes 4th place. In the boys' 200, Fonbala wraps up a great high school career with another win, helping the Royals to the team title. Wayzata's Dante White is 3rd and Hull is 4th. Here's what some local place winners had to say.
It was an instant click between me and Sam, me and Champ, and me and Wyatt. Instant click, and then we just have to translate that on the track. And after 1 year, you know, our sophomore year, we're good.
It's my first individual track state meet, and I think just this whole season kind of was like a fairy tale almost. You know, we won True Team State, and that was our #1 team goal. And then just to come watch my guys in the 4x2 right before, and then, you know, I didn't make it in the 2 mile. I was pretty heartbroken over that, but to come back and win the mile is like a dream come true.
I think it was a good day. I mean, a little bit disappointing. I had some high expectations for myself, but overall just a good day. I know I gave it all in each event, and that's something to be happy about.
Oh, it feels amazing, you know. After last year, you know, I was a little bit disappointed with the outcome. You know, I didn't get the goal I wanted, but this year, I really pushed this year, and my coach and I talked about it. This was definitely a goal of mine for this season, and I'm just happy I was able to pull it off at the right moment, and I'm just overly blessed.
Here are the final team scores in Class AA. Hopkins edges Rosemount by 2 points to win the boys' meet, with Wayzata finishing 3rd and Mounds View 4th. Maple Grove scores the next highest total among local schools as they tie for 21st. In the Class AA girls meet, Rosemount wins, edging Alexandria by 1.5 points. Edina is 3rd, with Stillwater edging Wayzata by a single point for 4th. Osseo is the next local team, placing 19th.
On day 1 at state track, it's mostly prelims for the running events, but a few field events were finals. It was a sunny but very warm day for competitors at the Class AA meet at Hamlin. 3 local athletes finished in the top 5 of the boys' triple jump. Nick Hedlund of Wayzata here, his best jump 45 feet 10 1/4 inches. He finishes 5th. Joe Fonbla of Hopkins goes 1 place better. Senior's best jump 45 feet 11 1/4 inches to place 4th. Edmund O'Cansey of Champlain Park won the long and triple jump at the Section 5 AA meet. He finished 2nd. The top jump of 46 feet 8 inches. The girls' high jump, Madison Johnson of Benilde-St. Margaret's finished 2nd for a 2nd straight year. She clears 5 feet 7 inches here and later went 5'9". Julia Rowles of Armstrong tied for 3rd. A couple of notes from Class A competition at track and field. The Providence Academy boys finished 2nd in the state to Jordan. The Lions' Max Peckenscheid won both the 100 and 200 meter dashes. Jason Ekior won the 110 hurdles, and the Providence 4x100 meter relay team finished 2nd. Also, Brecht David Roddy won the discus and placed 2nd in the shot put. In Class A girls, Nayeli Williams of Brooklyn Center finished 3rd in the long jump.
At the state boys tennis tournament, Wayzata took on a neighboring school in the opening round of the Class AA team tourney. 5th seed Wayzata meeting 4th seed Orono in the AA quarterfinals. Orono does well in singles. John Kasner serves against Colin Badun at #2 singles. Kasner comes to the net for a volley and then puts away an overhead as the Spartans win 3 of the 4 singles matches. Wayzata does win at #1 singles. John Foley in the far court, and he and Karthik Papasetti each use the net on this point. Foley grinds out a tough win for the Trojans. At #1 doubles, a great return by Wayzata's Will Dieters here as he and Michael Deal beat Emmett Halloran and Benjamin Bisson of Orono in a good match, 6-4, 6-4. At second doubles, Wayzata's Jay-Ho Hong and Sanjit Shah in the far court. Shah puts away a volley winner as the Trojans duo takes the match, but Orono wins 4-3. The Trojans did come back to beat Lakeville South and Duluth East to finish 5th. Breck placed 3rd in Class A.
Some good finishes by teams and individuals at state for tennis.
Yeah, and what a great track meet it was this year. Boy, it seemed like every time I turned around there was somebody wearing a local jersey. Hopkins and Wayzata obviously had some great places, but some of the other schools really showed up well also. Next up on Sports Jam, section baseball finals plus championship games in section lacrosse.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The state baseball tournament gets underway later this week.
And 2 local squads met up for the Section 6 4A title. Hopkins and Wayzata meeting with the Royals needing 1 win and the Trojans 2. Hopkins jumps out quick as Calvin Harris drives it to deep center field. It bounces out for a ground rule double to score a pair. The Royals get 3 in the top half of the first. Wayzata quickly loads the bases in the bottom of the first, but they get just 1 run as Carter Tibbetts lifts a sacrifice fly to right field to score Cullen Stamp. It's a 3-1 lead for the Royals after an inning of play. Kyle Fiducia adds to the Hopkins lead in the second as he hits a solo home run to left field. The Royals take a 4-1 lead on this blast. Down 5-1 in the 5th, Wayzata rallies back. Ben Leitner drives the ball deep over the head of Harris and left for another ground rule double. The Trojans get 3 in the frame, and they pull within 5-4. But Hopkins pulls away again as Luke Polyak, who goes 4 for 4 on the day, lifts a high fly over the left field fence for a 2-run shot as Hopkins wins 8-4 to claim their first section title since 2012. We'll hear from the Royals later in the show. Hopkins is the number 3 seed for state. They take on another team called the Royals. Rogers in the quarterfinals Friday at CHS Field. Hopkins beat Rogers during the regular season. And Benilde-St. Margaret's is headed to state in Class 3A. The Red Knights are the 5th seed, and they take on number 4 Marshall in the quarterfinals Thursday at the University of Minnesota.
The Osseo baseball team came on strong at the end of the regular season. They didn't let a loss in their opening game of the Section 5 4A tournament stop them from making a playoff push. 4 straight wins landed the Orioles in the Section 5 final. They faced top seed Mounds View at CHS Field. Bottom of the first, Mounds View's John Solfest bounces a hit up the middle. He scored Brett Bateman for a 1-0 lead. Solfest goes 2 for 3 on the night. Mustangs pitcher Ian Bond strikes out 11 Orioles and allows just 3 hits in throwing a complete game. Mounds View breaks it open in the 5th. Solfest line single to left, scores the second of 3 runs in the inning as Mounds View wins 5-0 over Osseo, but a great first season for the Orioles under new head coach Joe Lavin.
Section titles were on the line for several local lacrosse teams. The Maple Grove girls face Buffalo for the Section 8 title at Osseo. Kristana Tater scores from the free position early for the Crimson. Her second straight goal makes it 2-1 Maple Grove. Buffalo comes back with the last 2 of the first half, both scored by Emma Carlson. This one makes it 6-6 at halftime. It's a good game all night. Tater scoops the ground ball in front and scores to make it 8-7 Crimson. She nets 3 total. And Tater sets up Emily Herdine for an insurance goal. Maple Grove holds on for a 9-8 win over Buffalo to return to state. We'll meet Maple Grove's Natalie Hanson later in our Sports Jam Spotlight. The Crimson take on number 2 seed Prior Lake in the state quarterfinals Tuesday afternoon at 1 at Minnetonka High School. In the first game of the tournament that day at 11 a.m., it's number 3 seed Breck taking on Forest Lake. It's the first state appearance for Breck. They defeated Blake in their section final last week.
In other section lacrosse, Champlin Park's girls face Forest Lake in the Section 7 final. Champlin Park's Josie Johnson from the free position bounces the shot in for a 3-2 Rebels lead. It's back and forth all game. Aaron Brown sets up Bailey O'Donovan for one of her 3 goals, and Forest Lake leads 4-3 at halftime. A great set play ties it for the Rebels. Brooke Freeman gets it to Cameron Mayer for the goal, and it's 6-6. This one goes to overtime. And it's the Rangers winning it as Michaela Ness takes the pass and gets to the front to score the game winner as Forest Lake hands Champlin Park a heartbreaking 7-6 loss, denying the Rebels a state tournament appearance. They finish with a 14-2 record.
The Wayzata boys look to get back to state for a 4th consecutive season. They face number 1 seed St. Michael Albertville for the Section 8 title. Wayzata's down 3-2 into the 4th, but it's Luke Marquardt to Tommy Seifert for the goal. The Trojans tie it 3-3 early in the last quarter. And they build on that goal. A nice run by Andrew Solly, and he sets up Seifert for the go-ahead goal. This one makes it 4-3 Trojans. And they are not done scoring. Marquardt to Braden Nelson, and he buries the shot. After winning just 3 times in the regular season, Wayzata's back to state with a 6-4 win over STMA.
We were a little slow, came out half, had a talk, and we really just played for each other. We played for the seniors that were out there. It was going to be their last game, so we just gave it all we got and left everything on the field. Once we did that, we started turning it up, and we came out with the win. So we're really proud of ourselves, so can't wait to get to state now.
The Trojans were not one of the seeded teams for the state tournament. They'll face number 2 seed Prior Lake in the quarterfinals Tuesday afternoon at Chanhassen. The semifinals are Thursday at Minnetonka. Section 5 champion Benilde is the top seed for the boys tournament. The Red Knights take on Centennial in the quarterfinals Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
Oh, it's great action in the little section tournament action games, and now on to state, and we wish Wayzata and all the teams the best of luck this week.
Yeah, some really close games in those section finals. We'll have to see how things shake out at state. Obviously, some of the teams haven't done as well as they'd like once they get there, but we'll see how it works out this week. Still to come on Sports Jam, we'll meet a defender who is a key part of the state tournament-bound lacrosse team from Maple Grove.
The Maple Grove girls lacrosse team is in the state tournament for a 4th straight year. One of the leaders for the Crimson is senior defender Natalie Hanson. Jason Melillo profiles Hanson in this week's Sports Jam Spotlight.
Let's go a little bit earlier. Only 2 seniors are on the Maple Grove girls lacrosse team this spring. Emily Herdeen is a dynamic scorer and playmaker. Natalie Hanson's contributions don't show up as much in the box score, but her coaches and teammates know what she brings to the team.
When there's been issues on or off the field, she's the first one to address it, and the girls are just invested in her, and she was able to iron things out when we needed to. And that's the kind of leadership that doesn't show up on the stat sheet or in the box score the next morning, but it's something that every team needs, and we're so lucky that we have her.
Hanson is 6'2" and utilizes her long arms and big reach to frustrate opposing attackers.
I try to intercept passes a lot. People don't expect my arms to be as tall as they are, and I try to get my stick into passing lanes.
Hanson is a 4-year varsity player, and the Crimson has reached the state lacrosse tournament in every season she's played. As a 2-year captain, Hanson has become a great leader.
I definitely try to stay positive even when there's games where I'm having not the best game personally. I try not to let that get to me and still try to be a good role model to my teammates, because I know that's important for our team to be successful. And it's just really important to me to always be someone the girls can approach.
She understands the logistics and the lax IQ and everything that's going on. And it's really important, and the girl, like I was saying earlier, because she has so much leadership, that the girls will hang on every word that she has.
Hanson was also a member of the Maple Grove girls basketball team that went to state this past winter season. She didn't play a lot, but watching fellow senior and starting guard Sam Carroll was very gratifying for Hanson.
Sam has been my closest friend since we were little. We've been growing up playing basketball, and she's an incredible teammate and friend, and seeing her successes just makes me so happy.
This fall, Hanson will attend the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire and will study in the pre-physician assistant program.
I've always been interested in medicine because I get hurt a lot. I always find myself in the trainer's room or at physical therapy. So I just like I like what my physical therapist does for me or my doctor does for me, so I want to be able to give that back.
High school is done for Natalie Hanson, but not high school sports. There's one more state tournament to go, and Hanson hopes her team can make a run at the title.
The Crimson open the state tournament Tuesday against Prior Lake at Minnetonka. The tournament continues Thursday and Saturday at Chanhassen High School. J-Talk State Baseball with the Hopkins Royals next.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The Hopkins baseball team, an outstanding season, and it's going to end at the state tournament. We're joined by 3 of the Royals that helped beat Wayzata here in the Section 6 4A championship, starting with Wyatt Nelson coming out here. Boy, there was a lot of offense early in this game. First from your team, then they got a couple hits early, but you settled in. How did you feel, that you kind of worked through that first inning?
Well, the whole game, my voice is kind of gone, but the whole game, I wasn't really locating anything, so I was just kind of up there throwing, competing really. I didn't have much of a curveball or changeup, so I was just relying on my defense and a couple strikeouts on the outside corner. So that's how we got through that.
You guys obviously knew that maybe you had some margin for error because there could be a game 2, but that at the same time, you don't want to be thinking about that, right?
Yeah, no, we did not want to play a second game. We wanted to win the first game, and I want to get to my grad party, which is right now.
You guys have had a lot of guys with some experience that have, kind of come up through. And how good does it feel to do it as a senior, to be headed to state and to beat a Wayzata team that's kind of been dominating the section the last few years?
Yeah, Wayzata's ended our season the last few years, and it feels really good to finally give it back to them for once. And we've wanted this for a long time, and to get to state now is really, it feels great.
You guys obviously play some good teams in the conference and everything too. Does that have you ready to feel like you're going to have a pretty decent chance when you get down there?
Yeah, we've already played, I think, 2 teams in the state tournament, EP and Rogers. We beat both of them, so we're feeling pretty good about that.
All right, congratulations on the win and have fun at your grad party. All right, Calvin Harris, a big clutch hit in the first inning there. How big was it for you guys to step out and just kind of jump on them early, swing the bats early like that?
It was pretty good, being aggressive, seeing the ball well, just getting the barrel on it, doing anything I can to contribute and help the team.
I felt like in the first inning today, it seemed like you guys must have maybe talked about coming out and being aggressive early in the count. Was that something that the coaches talked to you guys about before the game?
Yeah, first pitch fastball, most definitely, because that's pretty much what you're going to see at the high school level. You're not going to go up there. Not too many pitchers are going to throw you off speeds.
How fun is this to end a high school career being in the state tournament? You're one of the final 8 in 4A now.
It's pretty fun going to state. We just got done winning a basketball state tournament, so it's nice to go back again.
All right, congratulations. Have fun in the tournament.
Thank you.
And Luke Polyak, a mere 4 for 4 here today, including a home run. You know, how was it to come out here and swing the bat so well, especially in that first inning like this?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we've seen their pitchers a few times now, so we know what they're going to have. And, you know, like Cal said, Coach said to come out swinging, and we got the job done.
Hey, we said, you know, you had a little margin for error if needed, but did you say we don't want to be thinking that way because then you kind of play tentative a little bit?
Yeah, we definitely went in trying to play one game, and we knew that if we went out this game, then it would just be over, and we got to get to Wyatt's grad party. So definitely trying to win it in one.
Well, Calvin mentioned, you know, basketball, boys and girls here at this school has been so good. You know, how good does it feel to have a spring team that's going to come through and have a chance at a state title as well?
Yeah, definitely super good. I mean, growing up, we always Hopkins basketball, but this year, you know, we got some track kids in state, and hopefully we can show out for the first time in state in a long time for baseball. I'm excited.
All right, congratulations. Have fun in the tournament, too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, Luke Polyak with the Hopkins baseball team as they win this Section 6 4A championship to advance on to the state tournament. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam right after this.
It's time to celebrate Brooklyn Center during Earl Brown Days from June 20th to the 22nd. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under cities and in the community.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience, and as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Enjoy music, fireworks, food, and much more at Music in Plymouth on July 2nd. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under cities and in the community.
Looking for local? Even more local. CCX Media connects you to your community and surrounding communities in multiple ways. CCX News connects you to your community through local stories that affect your daily life. Learn what's happening in your city, schools, and community. From top stories, sports highlights, and weekly features, CCX News offers truly local stories you won't find anywhere else. Our content can be watched at home or on the go. See all that we can do for you. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Be a part of a Father's Day tradition by attending the Crystal Airport Open House on June 16th. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under cities and in the community.
We are winding down on the end of the school year and your chance to vote for our Play of the Week. Each week, 4 new plays go up on our website. Go to ccxmedia.org and click on the Sports tab and go to the Play of the Week to cast your vote. New plays are up now. We'll announce the winner on the June 17th edition of Sports Jam. And here's last week's winner. Drew Ide of Armstrong makes a great diving stop in the Section 6 4A baseball tournament to help preserve a Falcons win over Wayzata. Congratulations to Drew, and remember to vote for this week's play. And that will do it for this week's show.
And we have just one more Sports Jam coming up. Highlights from state baseball, golf, and lacrosse, plus some all-area teams. See you next time.